Okay. Got the store reorganized. Now just wait for some customers. Oh, hello. Welcome to the game store. How can I help you today? You're looking to pick up some retro games? Well, you've come to the right place. Was there a console in particular that you were looking to purchase these games for? You're looking for some N64 games? Okay. And also some Xbox 360 games? Okay. For sure. For sure. I could definitely make some recommendations, or if you had some specific games in mind, I can check if we have those in stock for you. You had a few in mind? Okay. For sure. Just let me pull up our system here. Usually it just takes a second here, so just let me log in here. Okay, yeah, it's just gonna probably take a second. How you doing today? You doing well? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Okay, so it looks like my system has loaded up here. What were the games that you were looking to purchase for, let's start with the N64. So Mario 64, okay. Let me just take a look here. It looks like I have one more of those in stock. Okay, you'll take it. Sounds good. We will add to cart on that one. And were there any other N64 games you were looking to pick up today? Both Glover and Super Smash Bros. Glover we're definitely going to have. Super Smash Bros. I'm not quite sure about. So I'll start with Glover. Yeah, it looks like we have 7 of those in stock. Yeah. Okay, we'll add that to your cart. And then Super Smash Bros. 64. I mean, I don't know if you need to say the 64. I don't actually know if that's in the title. Yeah. Okay, so that one's just Smash Bros. I always call it Smash Bros. 64. I guess it's because Mario 64 and it's on the N64. But anyhow, we do have a copy, so I'm gonna add that on. I'm gonna add that onto your order here. Okay, so we've got Mario 64, and that's going to be 80. Glover is only 20. And Super Smash Bros. Is also going to be 80. Yeah, no, I know. They are comparable to modern game prices, especially some of the more popular ones. Mainline titles, stuff with Mario, stuff that's still quite popular today. Yeah. Yeah. Did you still want to pick up the Xbox 360 games, or can I put anything on hold for you for another day? You're still good? You still got some room left on your budget? Okay. Perfect. A good amount of room, or did you? I have some games on sale. That they're pretty good actually. If you're looking to save a few bucks, I've got Thrillville, Mirror's Edge, Need for Speed, Most Wanted, and what was my last one here? Yes, the last one was Viva Pinata. And actually, if you take all 4 of them, they're on a special bundle right now, where you can get all 4 games for 20 bucks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, they're used discs that we had to like clean. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, but I mean, 20 bucks. They work. We've tested them. They're definitely gonna work in any Xbox 360 console, and you should be good to go. Did you want to add that deal today to to your order, or did you have something else in mind? 200 was your limit? Okay. I kind of figured so. And actually, you've got an extra $20 to go. Did you want to order anything else? You're not sure. Okay. Well, I could make some recommendations. Again, the Xbox 360 does play classic Xbox games as well, so right now I've got this classic over here, Blinks, and that's running for $20. That's a really cool game. You play as a cat that can control time, so you can pause time, rewind time, fast forward time, slow down time, or you can create a duplicate of yourself by recording time. And so you solve different puzzles, and you travel across worlds, chasing these interdimensional time bandit pigs. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and the music absolutely slaps. So that's a pretty good game. And then next to it as well, we also have Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which is also a classic, and that one's on for $20 as well, if you're interested in that. You know what? I'll let you think on that. Of course, you're not obligated to grab either. Just thought I would suggest the additional titles, since you did mention you had a budget of $200. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna run to the back. I'm gonna grab your other games, and then when I return, since these are right here anyways, you can just let me know. Okay. Sweet. Sounds good. Alrighty here. So I've got your 3 Nintendo 64 games. We've got Mario, Super Smash Bros, and Glover. And then we've got Need for Speed Most Wanted, Viva Pinata, Mirror's Edge with Faith on the cover there, and Thrillville Off the Rails. I think originally I said it was just Thrillville. It's actually Thrillville Off the Rails, which was the later edition of the game that they made. It actually has a little bit more gameplay. There's, I think, a few more parks, some more mini games, and a few more coasters. So of the two games, it's actually the better version. So, not the worst mistake I could have made, I guess. But just to clarify, it is Thrillville Off the Rails, not regular Thrillville. You're okay with that? Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Just to make sure we were being transparent with you. So, up first here, we've got your Mario 64, Nintendo 64 game pack. This was a standard game that came with a lot of the N64s when they were released. I myself actually had one, and this game's a classic. It really needs no introduction. I'm going to talk about it anyway, but it's fantastic. There's a bunch of different levels that you can go into. You can jump into paintings and collect different power stars, and there's 3 different variations of Bowser that you can fight. I actually, when I was younger, my younger sibling, I had 116 out of 120 stars, which, I don't know if you know this, but when you get 120 stars, you like have fully beaten the game. That's all the stars. You get a Yoshi, you find Yoshi on top of the castle, you unlock like a cannon in the courtyard. That was 4 stars away. And one day I logged on. I turned on my console and found that my save file had been wiped by a younger sibling. And so I never did attempt to get 120 stars again, but I still really love the game. In fact, I personally enjoy speedrunning the game, my time isn't like the fastest in the world. It's around, I think, like 30-ish minutes. Maybe just a little below, probably a little over though. More realistically, especially nowadays, I'm a bit rusty and a bit out of practice. But I know some people who have like sub 20-minute times, which is absolutely insane to me. But yeah, this game is great. You collect power stars, you fight Bowser. You gotta grab him and spin him around by his tail into some bombs, and then on the final Bowser, once you beat him, Princess Peach bakes you a cake, which is pretty sweet. So that is Mario 64, and this is actually a player's choice. So I'm just gonna put that right here behind the stack. And so we've also got a copy of Smash Bros. Now the cover on this one is a little bit faded. And you know what? I didn't give you a close-up inspection of Mario, so I don't know if you were able to tell from a distance. This one's in pretty good condition. Like I said, it's got that player's choice. But yeah, looking quite good. Next up, we've got, Smash Bros. As I mentioned, the cover on this one, the cover art, cartridge art, is a little faded, but still mostly visible, and the game is playable. Now, this game is fantastic. I can't remember the exact number of fighters on the roster. I want to say it's like 10 or 12. It might be 14. But yeah, this was the first Smash Bros. Game to come out, and crabs are super overpowered in this. So if you're playing with your friends, that's just a pro tip from me. Use the grab button often. Spam it, absolutely spam it, and just ledge guard. I mean, unless you're looking to play honorably, and then don't do that. But yeah, this is a classic. Good times. So, your final game, Glover. This is a really interesting one. So you play as an enchanted glove, and you go from world to world. It's kind of similar to Mario in design, where there's like different worlds, and there's a larger hub world where you kind of traverse between those worlds. And some of the level design is kind of liminal. Like there's an Atlantis level that's very like vaporwave. There's a really kind of creepy circus level. It's really fun though. As Glover, you can transform this ball that you can see him standing on here into different things. So you can transform it into a green like crystal ball. You can transform it into a bowling ball. You can transform it into this bouncy ball. And then I think there's another smaller, like heavier ball that it can turn into. I want to say a pool ball. Like it's an 8-ball, but I can't remember 100% off the top of my head. But very challenging game, mechanically. But super interesting gameplay. Definitely worth checking out if you haven't tried it. And then they do have a PC version as well, but unfortunately, it doesn't hold up quite to the original. So you made the right choice, I think, by picking this up, as opposed to getting the remake on Steam. It's just not quite as good. So next up, we've got your Xbox 360 games. So this is Need for Speed Most Wanted, a Need for Speed racing game. It was an open world game where you progressively unlocked different parts of the city and worked your way up a blacklist to take revenge on a racer who tricked you and stole your car, which is this car on the front of the cover art here, on the front of the box. The best car, though, in my opinion, is the Toyota Supra. And I think it's the third car you get. So after you beat every person on a blacklist, you have a chance to get their pink slip, but only chance. So you pull these little like reward tokens, and if you pull the right one, you get their pink slip. And I happened to get lucky enough to get the Supra during my playthrough, and it's been one of my favorite cars ever since. So as you progress, your car gets faster. You get better parts for the car, better suspension, better nitrous. At first you don't have nitrous at all, but eventually you get a nitrous tank, then you get a better nitrous tank. There's a lot of different challenges. There's drag racing, there's sprint racing, circuit racing, speed traps. Those are really cool, so you've got to pick up max speed and just chug it through a radar point as fast as you can go. And then there's also different cop-based challenges, so like escaping from the police, causing damage to public property, causing like cinematic moments. So like sometimes there's this one really cool stunt where you can like go under, it's like a donut shop, and if you break the beam, the donut will fall and it'll take out the cops behind you, and they won't be able to follow you anymore. There's also ones of like get a certain wanted level, maintain it for a certain amount of time. Tons of gameplay in this one. I think you're gonna have an absolute blast, so you'll have to let me know what you think. Okay, so up next we've got Viva Pinata. So this one is kind of like a farm simulator game. So you get a plot of land, and you have to do certain things on that land to attract pinatas to your farm. And then as you attract pinatas, you can satisfy requirements to get more pinatas. You can send them to parties, you can sell them, you can set up habitats for them, you can breed them. The breeding minigame is really interesting, actually. You have to like navigate them through a maze of hearts to find their partner, and then when they reach the center, they do a dance of love, and each species has their own like little dance, so it's kind of cute. I always liked the fudge hogs and the pony ones, because that's like a very classic pinata to me, and the fox is pretty cool too. There's a lot of different pinatas you can collect. Some of them I think are like evil or like sour pinatas. This was a game from Rare, I believe. Yeah, it was. Quite a bit better than the other Xbox 360 title they did, which is quite well known. Nuts and bolts, I'm not a big fan. Or not compared to the original Banjo-Kazooie at least. So, Viva Pinata is rated E for everyone, and I think everyone who plays it is going to have a great time. So this one's rated T for teen, and it's Mirror's Edge. This is a parkour game from EA. Now, the second one has free roam, but the story on the first one is a little bit better, and they actually do, I think, kind of like a story reset on the second game, which is a little bit confusing. But both games hold up quite well. There's a lot of really cool first-person parkour levels, and you can choose to engage with the enemies in combat, or you can choose to avoid combat. I think some levels do require like combat at certain points, but for the most part, I think it is avoidable. I think actually that's one of the achievements, is completing the game without attacking any enemies. So there is like a pacifist route. But you go through different levels, and you're solving a mystery, and the level design is really phenomenal in this. The colors, the art style. I remember playing it at the time, like when it came out, and just being absolutely blown away. I played it over a Christmas break, and I was just immersed in the world of Mirror's Edge for weeks until I beat it. So, in a city where information is monitored, runners are the only way to communicate freely. You are Faith, a skilled runner, and now you're being hunted. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun. parkouring around the city. There's a lot of like elevator loading scenes that kind of fill you in on the lore of the city, which is again why I was kind of disappointed that they sort of like reset the story in the second one. Yeah. So, your last game, Thrillville Off the Rails, is an amusement park simulator, a la Roller Coaster Tycoon, although much more advanced. You can actually ride all of the rides in first person. There are mini games. You progress around to different areas of the park, and as you complete challenges, you unlock more rides, and as you unlock more rides, you unlock more parts of the park, etc., until you have completed the game. There's a lot of different gameplay, like I said, tons of mini games. Some of them I think are amazing, some of them are quite challenging, and it can be tricky to get the challenges on them. There's a lot of really cool roller coaster designs you can make, which is one of the nice things about these games is they are so freeform. So everyone's experience is going to be a little bit different. So I think that's really nice. You can get to know your park guests. You can play games against the park guests. Some of them, in fact, want that. That's like challenges for some of them. There's a really fun Double Dragon clone called Bandito Chinchilla in this. You like Castle Crashers might be another one you're familiar with, but you're like chihuahuas, and you go around the desert fighting like armadillos and other desert animals to save your lover chihuahua who has been kidnapped. And so that was always a classic to me. I like chihuahuas. They're cute. a little bit aggressive sometimes, but cute. So, we've got your 7 games here. And are you a member of our loyalty program? You're not, okay. Did you want to sign up for that today? You did? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some information from you on our pin pad there. It's going to ask for an email address and a credit card number. We will store those on file. And then to your email, you should receive some information about setting up an account with us. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just get you to enter your email there. Excellent. I'm just going to show back on the screen there for you. Yep. Perfect. And then if I could just get you to enter your card number as well. It's just going to get you to confirm on the screen there. Excellent. Thank you. Awesome. So now that we've got that, I'm just going to run the transaction really quick here. And she's just taking a second here. We're all set. So everything's gone through on my end. So in about 5 to 10 minutes, you should get a receipt for $200 for your 3 N64 games, Glover, Smash Bros, and Mario 64, and your 4 Xbox 360 games, Mirror's Edge, Thrillville, Viva Pinata, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. So I will pass those over to you. Oh, and you'll also get that account. Yeah, the account setup is coming as well. Yeah. So I'll pass those over to you. And was there anything else I could help you find today? You're all set? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today. I hope you have an excellent time enjoying your cozy, retro, nostalgia N64 games, and your slightly less nostalgic, for me anyway, Xbox 360 games. You'll have to let me know which one's your favorite next time you come back. Alright, well, have a good one. We'll see you next time.